Well, hello there. Out for another midweek hike. Tonight I have brought my hiking companion buddy out on the trail with me, because there's only so many times you can see that look of disappointment when he sees you getting ready and not taking him along with. He's a very smart dog, and when he sees me get my pack together, he knows what I'm doing, and he always wants to come along. So decided not to disappoint him tonight, so we've come out to the Iron Hill Trail up at Red Top to get another quick one in. Didn't bother loading him up with packing shoes tonight because it's a relatively easy trail without a lot of terrain that's going to tear him up, and I can carry his water for him on this short one. So we're going to get through this quick, see what we see along the way, and let you know what we do. Well, it's been a mostly quiet night out here so far. I've passed one trail runner, one couple walking their dog, another two ladies that were out together, and one bike rider, and that's it. There's also one boat. How you doing? Doing good, thanks. Oh, and there's another runner. Seems like sometimes I just need to start talking about things and then they happen. But as I was saying, one boat that we passed that was a pontoon kind of out in the middle of the lake. But other than that, it has been quiet out here. I know, with the sun setting earlier and it getting darker earlier, you know, probably not as many people coming out for the evenings. But I guess I'm just so used to this trail being a lot busier. But it's probably for the best, because Buddy has not been on good behavior today. When we passed the couple that had their dog, he got a little aggressive and had to be restrained, which is unfortunate. I normally count on him to be a little bit better behaved, but all ended well. No one got hurt, and we both continued on our separate ways. Well, we've been moving along pretty good. I got maybe a mile and a half to go. We've still had about the same level of traffic. A couple more hikers and runners, some more bikes, no more dogs. So Yahoo here has behaved himself, which is good. Seems to be the dogs that set him off nowadays. Didn't used to be that way. Used to be a very social and agreeable dog when it came to other canines, and he loved going to doggy daycare. But in his older years, ever since he had an injury, he's been a little bit more standoffish when it comes to other dogs, and sometimes he just lets loose. But he's been good since that first incident today, and I appreciate that. A little bit overcast, so the light is kind of in a persistent reflective aspect in the sky as we're getting closer to sunset. Don't think there's any risk of hiking in the dark tonight, but it is what it is. Just a nice quiet midweek hike. It's what we needed. All right, we're probably between half and a quarter mile left, so I'm going to go ahead and close things out. Just wanted to comment on the lake. I know we've not had much rain in the last few weeks, but the lake levels are definitely down from last time I was out here about 3 weeks ago. So I don't know if it's just from the lack of rainfall, or if the Corps of Engineers has already started to let the lake level drop closer down to the wintertime levels that they maintain it at. We're still fairly early in the fall, so maybe they're just taking it down in stages. Hard to say. They don't consult me, but definitely a noticeable drop in the level and lots more of the exposed shoreline. But we've still enjoyed our hike out here tonight. We just saw Mama and her 2 young deer out. Don't know if we'll see any more. We're hitting back up to time, or the section of the trail where I've seen more deer hanging around, so we'll see. But for now, thanks for coming along with me tonight. Thanks for coming along with Buddy as well. And we will see you on the next trail. Well, hello there. Out tonight on a Friday night after a long week at work and multiple during the week hikes. See what we can do here as we're kicking off the weekend. So I have come out down by the Chattahoochee to the Island Ford Trail. See if we can get maybe 6 or a little bit more miles in tonight, and see what the trail's like. Been a few months since I've been out here, so see what the change of seasons has in store for this one. Check in along the way. Well, it's been a nice walk alongside the river so far. One thing I have seen out here that is not what I have seen in the past anyway, is there are several people out in the river fly fishing. I've seen maybe half dozen or so scattered along the length of the river that I've walked along, and looks like they're all out here enjoying the cooler temperatures and quiet evening. Typically haven't seen that out in the weekends when I've been out here previously, and maybe the river's just got too much activity going on it to make for good fishing conditions. But on a quiet evening, seems like ideal spot for them. Here we have the large rock shelf with recessed area below. I think it's a common hangout spot. I've seen groups there a few times when I've come by. Tonight it's quiet. Well, I'm coming up on the junction point between the northern and southern sections of the trail, where there is a trailhead and parking lot. So I don't think it's quite my halfway point. That'll be more at the end of the northern stretch. But yeah, there looks to be about a half dozen or so cars here in the lot. So would anticipate there being some additional people out on the trail tonight. I've passed a couple so far, but for the most part it's been relatively quiet. Continuing on now to the next section. Well, the trail has continued to be quiet this evening since leaving the midpoint trailhead, I've met 2 other people on the trail so far. Or, no, three. There was one lady who had a dog with her that was separate from the others that I'd met. Yeah, so many you'd think I could keep track. But it's been a good hike. It's you know, the trail's moving along well for me. I'm maintaining a good pace. Things are in good shape out here, though the number of leaves down on the trail is definitely increasing. I mean, you got some all year round from carryover from previous years, but it does seem like the amount of trail coverage is slowly starting to increase again. So we'll see how that continues to play out. Like seeing the colors, like feeling the change in temperature. But yeah, the trail's looped back down by the river here as we're kind of going around the northernmost loop. And we'll see how things go and what kind of progress I can make once we make the turn and start heading back south. Well, I've just come past the trailhead in the center, so I'm done with the northern section of the trail. Back on the southern section, headed southbound towards where I parked. I'm still about 45 minutes or so away from sunset, but the sky is pretty overcast, so not much light here under the canopy right now. And to add to that, it started to sprinkle a little bit, so I checked the radar. There is a little bit of rain in the area, but it's gonna last off and on for the next hour or so. So we'll see how much, if any, footage I get over this last section of the trail, since it's a good portion of it's gonna be repeat of my earlier walk, and I have done this trail before. So alright, I don't know if you get any of this at all, but I'm next to one of the ponds here close to the trailhead, and I'm getting ready. Last stretch has me going through some woods that I know it's going to be completely dark, and so no way to see anything on camera. It's been a good hike. I've mostly stayed dry, even though it's still drizzling a bit, but yeah, a good end of the week, and looking forward to the weekend. Thanks as always for coming along with me, and we will see you on the next trail.